on a date. The girl mentions a movie he secretly hated, but he forces a smile and says,
"Wow, that movie is brilliant. One of the best I've ever seen."
He spends the rest of the night agreeing with every single one of her opinions, laughing a little too loud, acting less like a man and more like a fan desperate for an autograph. The night ends with an awkward hug and a vague, "We'll talk soon." He thinks that by being so agreeable, she'll want to see him again. In reality, she'll barely remember his face tomorrow. Jake, in the same situation, listens to her opinion and calmly replies,
"Really? I wasn't a huge fan. I thought the script was a little predictable. But tell me, what did you like about it?"
He doesn't attack her, but he also doesn't erase himself. He establishes that he has a mind of his own. The result is that the conversation becomes real, intriguing. He's not there to echo. He's there to be a man. If you saw yourself in Matt, listen up. I've talked about this in other videos, but it's clear some of you aren't getting it. That nice guy mentality is a sham. It's a dishonesty you use to hide your fear of not being accepted. You erase your own desires, hoping it will earn you respect. But the only thing you get back is pity. No woman respects a man who treats himself like a doormat. The problem is, you don't know how to change this dynamic. You think you have to become an arrogant asshole to be respected, but that's a trap. The truth is, there are subtle, almost invisible secrets that communicate power and self-confidence without you having to say a word. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly 3 of these secrets that make a woman respect you immediately. The first secret to earning a woman's respect has nothing to do with what you say, the jokes you tell, or how smart you seem. It's about how you occupy the space and the silence between the words. And before I give you this secret, I want a commitment. If you're here to truly change and not just to watch another video, go down to the comments right now and write, "I will improve." This isn't for the algorithm. It's for you to make a public contract with yourself, a reminder that you refuse to remain the same weak man you were yesterday. Done? Good. Let's continue. Your presence does not intimidate me. I am here, 100% present. It's not an aggressive stare. It's a firm, calm look that creates a subtle and powerful tension. She will feel, on an instinctual level, that she is in the presence of a man with an unshakable inner strength, and her respect for you will skyrocket before you even open your mouth. If you've applied silent presence, you've already set yourself apart from 99% of guys. You've established a foundation of power without saying a word. Now, we move on to the second secret. This first secret is about your presence, your ability to be noticed without saying a single word. It's something 99% of men completely ignore, and it's why they're invisible. The secret is what I call silent presence, and the tool for this is your eye contact. The next time you're talking to a woman, do exactly this. When she's speaking, look into her eyes and hold that eye contact for half a second longer than your nice guy instinct tells you to look away. The average man, the Matt, always breaks eye contact first. It's a submissive gesture, a nonverbal signal that he feels nervous or intimidated. When you hold that gaze, calmly and relaxed, you communicate something completely different. You are saying, without words, "I am comfortable with myself," which is where you'll start using your voice to solidify that respect. And here's the rule. On every date, in every meaningful interaction, you need to disagree with her about at least one thing. I'm not telling you to start a fight or be a disagreeable asshole. The secret lies in what I call the strategic veto. It's your ability to calmly offer a counterpoint to a trivial opinion. It's the antidote to the plague of agreeableness that is destroying your image. Think about it. The average man, Matt, believes that agreeing with everything a woman says is the path to her heart. You like this band? I love them too. Think this place is cool? It's my favorite. It's chameleon-like behavior, a pathetic attempt to mold himself to her tastes in the hope of being accepted. But a real man isn't an echo. He has his own opinions, his own tastes, his own worldview. When she says, "I love Japanese food," and you don't lie. Respond calmly. "Really? It's not my favorite. I'm more of an Italian fan, but what's your go-to dish?" See the difference? You didn't attack her. You simply stated your own preference in a calm way. This small act of polite disagreement has immense power. It sends a clear subconscious message. I have my own frame of reference. My identity does not depend on your approval. This creates attraction, generates intrigue, and most importantly, it forces respect. She realizes she's not dealing with a fan, but with an equal. You already have the presence and the courage to disagree. You've shown you're not intimidated and that you have a mind of your own. Now, let's move to the third and most important secret, the one that cements respect once and for all. This is where you prove you're a man with a purpose, not just a guy trying to impress a girl. Matt's fatal flaw is putting the woman on a pedestal, turning the conversation into an interrogation about her life. He asks about her job, her hobbies, her dreams, and never talks about himself. This screams one thing: my life is so empty that yours is the only interesting thing here. The secret is self-focus. The rule is simple. Invest at least 30% of the conversation talking about your passions, your goals, your mission. Not to brag, but to show her that you have your own world and she's being invited to get to know it, not to be the center of it. But here comes the punch to the gut. To talk about your passions, you need to have passions. And this is where most men get stuck. They are so sunk in procrastination, porn, and heap dopamine and cheap dopamine that they've lost any sense of purpose. If this sounds familiar, if you feel like you have nothing interesting to share because your life is on autopilot, I've created a battle plan to pull you out of this hole. It's my ebook, Stop Being a Loser: How to Quit, Stop Procrastinating, and Become a Real Man in 14 Days. It's a direct, no bullshit guide to destroying the habits that are killing you and building the discipline of a real man. And listen, because this is the first version, the price is almost symbolic. It's an investment in yourself, and everyone who secures access now will receive all future updates for free forever. It's your first step toward becoming the kind of man whose life, by itself, commands respect. Silent presence, the strategic veto, self-focus. If you think these are just conversational tricks, you've missed the entire point. They aren't the cause of respect. They are the symptom. They are the practical training for a much more powerful principle that governs all human interaction. Respect is the perception that you do not depend on anyone's validation. It's that simple. Respect isn't something you ask for or earn by being nice. It's a byproduct of your self-sufficiency. When you hold her gaze, express a contrary opinion, or speak with passion about your goals, you are sending a single powerful message: I approve of myself first. Your approval is welcome, but it is not necessary. A man who lives by this code doesn't need to seek respect. Respect follows him like a shadow. He becomes the standard by which others are measured, not the other way around. And this brings us to the final truth. All of this boils down to a single word: courage. But not the courage you see in movies, where the hero feels no fear. The real courage, the one you need to build, is recognizing your fears and acting despite them. It's feeling that knot in your stomach before holding eye contact, feeling the apprehension of disagreeing, feeling the vulnerability of speaking your mission, and doing it anyway. It's the conscious decision to not let your fear of rejection or conflict drive your choices. Each of these secrets I've given you today requires you to step out of your comfort zone. The change doesn't end with this video. It's a daily choice. And if you're ready for the next step, the video appearing on the screen now was made to continue equipping you on this journey.